Hi there and welcome to the second episode of 70 Years of Rock Guitar. In this series we dive into the rhythms, licks and solos of over 70 years of rock history. In this episode I show you two guitar solos from the 1950s. One of them is relatively simple but perfectly captures the typical 50s playing styles, while the other is quite challenging and could be considered one of the first shred guitar solos in music history. A big part of this series is also integrating what you've learned into your own styles, even if you play a more modern guitar. So I'll also show you how you can take everything I play today and adapt it for your own use. And as always, if you click on the link in the first pinned comment or the video description, you can download a free step-by-step PDF guide that will help you learn everything from this video even better and faster. And if you'd like to learn more about the typical guitars, amps and effects of this era, please make sure to watch the first part of this series, which is now linked above, because that will help you get the right tone for everything we play in this video as well. So let's jump right into our first example. This is the solo from Chuck Berry's 1958 hit Carol. I'll first play the solo at full speed, then a little slower to help you learn it more easily, and then we'll break down some of the techniques used. Chuck Berry's lead guitar playing heavily relies on what are called double stops. That means you're playing two notes at the same time. If you want to get comfortable with this style of playing, start by taking a familiar fingering pattern, for example the first position of the A minor or C major pentatonic scale, and play groups of two note combinations like this. As with everything on guitar, it's a good idea to practice new things with a metronome and a backing track of your own choice as soon as possible. That way it'll be much easier to apply them musically later on. Here's an example using 8th note and 16th note double stops at 90 BPM and over one of my rock backing tracks, which you will also find in the download folder if you click on the link. This technique is still used in almost every modern genre, so it should definitely be part of your skill set. Once you're comfortable with your major and minor scale patterns, you can explore many other double stop combinations. The double stops used in bars 5 and 6 of the solo are especially useful for adding more variation to your solos. In bars 2 and 3, Chuck Berry uses classic blues licks, which he always modified in his own unique way, which is why many players still refer to them as Chuck Berry licks today. So if you want to play stuff like this, first try learning these simple licks in A minor. One thing you'll notice throughout the solo is that even though the solo is in C major, Chuck mainly plays in the first position of the C minor pentatonic, but adds the major third E to give it a major feel. Even while using a minor scale. If you want to understand this concept better, check out my other video on blues soloing where I explain where players like Chuck Berry got this style from. These licks are still super relevant for modern guitar playing. They're used in rock, funk, neo-soul and even metal. Alright, now things get a bit more advanced with our second guitar solo. This solo is from Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock, played by Denny Cedrone, who sadly passed away in an accident shortly after. This solo is still impressive today because Cedrone plays 16th notes at 180 BPM with a precision that's usually associated with 80s shred guitar players. Of course, there were other fast guitar players back in the day as well, like surf rock legend Dick Dale for instance, but few played this cleanly and with this exact same technique. Let's hear the solo now, first fast and then slow. Now let me show you how to prepare your picking hand for this kind of speed and how to synchronize it with your fretting hand. Fast alternate picking with synced hands is something almost every modern guitarist needs to master. It's important to understand that at a certain speed you can't rely only on your wrist anymore, which is what's typically recommended at slower or moderate tempos. Once you're picking 16th notes above 120 BPM or 16th note triplets above 80 BPM, you'll need to involve your forearm but without tensing up. So it'll be a combination of playing with your wrist and then also your forearm. If you're not sure what 16th note triplets are, check out this video linked up here. So you can start by practicing single note picking on single strings with a metronome, gradually increasing speed. Here are two examples, one at 120 BPM using 16th notes, and then one at 80 BPM using 16th note triplets. Once you've tried that, it's time to take a closer look at your picking grip. When switching strings at high speeds, it's crucial to use what's known as pick slanting. Otherwise, your pick might get stuck on the string you're trying to cross. If you'd like me to make a full video on this, just let me know in the comments. There are many different ways to hold a pick, and here's how I do it. I hold my pick like this, and whenever I use pick slanting, I either do it like this, or like this. And here's how you should apply pick slanting when you're holding your pick like this. It's just the other way around. Again, let me know in the comments if you want more in-depth exercises or explanations. I'll be happy to record a video for you. For example, if you practice the final run from the Rock Around the Clock solo, watch your picking hand and make sure you're using pick slanting, otherwise you won't be able to play it cleanly at full speed. Here's how I do it. And here's how you should do it if you're holding your pick like this. That's it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps support the channel. Again, you can download the free step-by-step practice guide if you click on the link in the first comment or the video description. In the next episode of this series, we look at the typical rhythm guitar styles of the 1960s. See you in the next video.